All right, so today we're gonna unbox the 22 IDEX V4. I'm gonna show you everything you need from when you receive the machine at your dock, what to check for, how to unbox it, to getting it up onto a table and powering it on. First things first, you want to check the box for damages. We've shipped these all over the world, thousands of these over the last few years. Some boxes will arrive with a crushed corner or a dented side panel or forklift punctures. Sometimes everything's perfectly fine on the inside. Other times I've seen perfectly clean, totally good boxes and everything on the inside was destroyed. When your driver drops off the machine, just check it visually, take a video or pictures to see if you can see any damage. And if there is anything, then you want to write potential damage on the BOL and then sign it and then give it back to the driver and let him go. If there's no damage, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is go ahead and take off this outer plastic. So what I like to do is take a handy dandy good old knife and just go all the way down one edge and then come across one top side there and then one other top side there. Everything just folds right out. You can throw this plastic away, just get rid of it. And now you're gonna actually check two things. There is a tilt watch on this side, and that is gonna show you if the machine has been tilted. So maybe it fell over during transit, they picked it back up, oh, it's all good, right, dust it off. Now, you'll be able to tell right there and on this side over here as well. See there, we got another tilt watch in case it tilts that way. And then we've got the shock watch. Now this detects impact. So if it got smashed into something or something smashed into it, this will have an indicator. So check all three of those before you unstrap anything. And if you find any damage, immediately take pictures and videos and give us a call. Now, assuming everything is good, solid, looking fresh, you can go ahead and cut all of these plastic straps. So these will cut off with wire cutters, shears, or just a really sharp knife. I can't tell you how many times I've almost died tripping over these in the shop. Grab a trash bin and just shove them all in there so they're out of the way and you don't trip over them later. And then on top, you'll see the accessory box. Now, there's a bunch of stuff that comes in here that's gonna help you with setup and just general printing. Inside the box, you'll find a variety of different accessories. Of course, our nanopolymer adhesive, this will work for just about every polymer on the market. That'll keep everything stuck down to the glass or carbon fiber build plates included with the machine. Next, we have the screen and the screen assembly. Now this is what we're going to install here in just a minute. And this is the touch screen that goes on the machine. It's got the little protective plastic there and the wire, as well as the nuts, which are pre-captured. Included in this package, you'll find a custom torque wrench. You see here, this is our nozzle driver. So this is to torque the nozzle to the perfect tension every time you install nozzles on the hot end. And then you get some of the high temperature grease. This is a very, very special grease that we developed to survive the high temperature chamber and stay good throughout thousands of hours of use. So there's your grease. And then you've got a razor blade scraper for removing parts from the build plate. Pair of tweezers, just a handy thing to have for working with prints. You've got three different materials for nozzle brushes. Now you've got the brass, the steel, and the nylon. Don't use the nylon on a hot nozzle, it'll melt, but the other two are great options. I prefer steel myself. And then you have two spare hardened steel nozzles, one for each hot end. And then of course you have the Wi-Fi antenna, the spare heaters and spare thermistors, and spare hot end fans. Then of course we do have the power cable and the high temperature gloves for removing the build plate from the machine. And then you have some other accessories here. So in this bag, we have a variety of doodads. One is an SD card reader, so you can use that if you need it. for your computer. You've got keys. This is to lock the front door, so don't lose these. Definitely keep these safe. You have a basic set of wire cutters. You have a 2mm and a 2.5mm hex drivers. Then you have some nozzle cleaning tools. These are small enough that you can actually stick this through the nozzle to clear any little jams or anything like that as you're printing. Then you have a USB-A to USB-C cable for connecting the machine to your computer directly on the motherboard. 2 spare heatsink fans. Now the heat sinks on the actual hot ends, these don't go bad very often, but when they do, they can cause jams and stuff like that. So we automatically include 2 spares with your machine, and then 2 spare nozzle thermistors. Now these are actually RTD thermistors, which isn't a thermistor or a thermocouple, but you get the idea. These are extra temperature probes for your hot ends. And then you've got 2 spare bimetallic heat breaks for the hot ends, as well as the locking nuts for the top door. If you're gonna lock that front door, you will need to install these. And then underneath that, we've got the carbon fiber build plate that's included with every machine. And in this machine, we also have glass plates. We're gonna keep the screen, we're gonna keep the power cable, and we're gonna keep the Wi-Fi antenna all out. We're gonna use those in just a second. This box is actually designed to pack flat. So I'm gonna show you how to take it apart. It's very, very simple. You're gonna start by taking the entire top off. Now you'll see inside there's foam and all this stuff, but you can really just find which edge comes apart. And each of these 4 sides simply slides right out. And there you have your brand new 22 IDEX V4. So we'll take all these off. This is an important note. You don't want to throw your box away. You want to strap it to the pallet and keep it somewhere safe. If you ever want to ship the machine to your new facility because you're growing, or back to us for refurbishing, or you sell it and it's going to somebody else, you don't want to have to build a crate or buy a new crate from us and wait for us to ship it to you. If you just save the box, it's pretty compact, you can keep it somewhere, and then you always have it just in case you need to ship the machine somewhere. Now that it's up on the table, the first thing we want to do is actually make sure there's no wobble and level it out. There's a little bit of wobble. Now all we gotta do is go underneath and spin the feet slightly. So it's actually gonna be on the side near the back of the foot. And it doesn't need to be completely level. It's not about leveling the machine for print quality. It's about leveling it so that it doesn't have a wobble. It's just nice and stable. I'm gonna come to the back here. Ah, there we go, yep. And I'm just gonna loosen that one out. And the wobble's gone. I'm gonna grab the accessory box just so we have it. Now, one thing I'm also gonna wanna grab out of here is those wire cutters, because we're gonna go inside the machine now. You can remove all this protective film on the front glass and the top door, and then you can open up to see the majesty of the 22 IDEX V4. We're gonna open the top door and use said wire cutters on the red zip ties. So there's 4 of them. We're just gonna go right in there and snip them. Boom. That's 1, and that's 2. Now I can move the head over a little bit, and I can just go snip. And then I can move the other head over a little bit. You know, we're good. Yep. And snip. Okay, so next we're going to install the touch screen. For this, we're going to need the 2mm hex wrench. So we're going to remove the screws that are already installed in the screen mount. We're going to take each one of these and we're going to put it right in the holes where they belong. So these are the 2 holes for mounting the screen, and then we can just put the screen right near it. I'm going to level that up and then just get one of them started, and then get the other one going. Once they're both threading, then you can just tighten them down. Just finger tight, you don't need to make it super tight on here. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so now I'm gonna undo the wire here for the actual cable, And this is just gonna run straight directly underneath the machine to the back to the motherboard. All right, so now you're gonna take this connector, it only goes in one way, and you're gonna find this top 5-pin connector right here next to the Ethernet port, and you're just gonna plug it right in there. We have to install the Wi-Fi antenna. Now, if you got an ITAR machine or you're one of our DoD customers, then you won't have a Wi-Fi antenna as requested, and you will only have to plug in by Ethernet. So right here, you can see the external Ethernet port, and of course the external filament feeding port. And there's one of these on both sides, so you can feed extra large spools into the machine and do multi-day, huge full build volume prints with no issues. Now, the Wi-Fi antenna, super easy. You just go right here. So you just go ahead and take it and screw it right in just like that. And then you can have this face pretty much any direction. Up is ideal. And last things last, we're actually going to plug in the machine. So we've got a thick, I believe this is a 12 gauge power cord here. It is designed for 20 amp circuits, and you do want to run this machine on a 20 amp circuit. It will run on a 15 amp circuit. We do that here sometimes, but if you run anything else on that circuit and you're running high temp full bore, it may kill the circuit. So if you're running a 20 amp circuit, at least you got some room, maybe not for a toaster, but yeah, you want to try to run on a 20 amp circuit so that when going full bore, you're totally good to go. The power cable is right here. So we're gonna take this and we're just gonna plug it in. And we do include an extra, I believe this is a 8-foot cable. And so you have plenty of extra room. Okay, so this power button, we're actually gonna wanna make sure it's pushed in. If you give it a twist clockwise, it's in the out position, and that's the on position. Now, it's not actually an e-stop, although it does look like one, it's shaped and colored like one, and it gives you the ability, if you wanna cut power to the machine real quick, you just hit boom, done, cut the power. So we're gonna leave it in the off position, and we're gonna go ahead and plug in the machine. With our powers combined, as soon as you plug it in, even when it's off, you will notice the screen turns on. Now, the screen is powered by the 5-volt power supply within the machine, so don't worry about that. It's supposed to be that way. Now, first time booting it up, let's watch. Hear the fans, see the red light. Now you see the regular light. Absolutely beautiful. Now this will cycle different colors based on its state, and you'll get some messages on the screen about setting up Wi-Fi, setting up your networking, and getting it all connected to your facility in whatever way that is. But that's for the next video. We're gonna show you exactly how to set up your network, set up the slicer with our pre-made profiles for just about every material, and then how to actually slice your first part, send it to the machine, and print your first part. Hit subscribe or go and watch that video if you are waiting for your 22 IDEX to arrive. This is great material, just training material to get you up to speed before you get your machine. Now, if you have any questions throughout this process, our team here in the US is always here to help, and we actually answer the phones. Just check out our Google reviews. So give us a call, shoot us an email. We're here to help. If you'd like to buy one, of course, we're here for that as well. Now, we've got a network of resellers across the globe, so no matter where you are in the world, you can get one of these machines very, very quickly. So, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a positive rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next video.